Buy Workhorse. All right? There, I said it.
Let's speak about Workhorse, baby. What is happening, investors? It is your boy, Jack. I am not a financial advisor. I got the clothing line to prove that fact. And yes, there is more to speak about. Towards the end of the video, I want to speak about the price action, the trend lines, what I think is going to happen next, of course. I want to speak about this because whenever something gets emailed to me a few times, it's usually worth covering, and it's essentially this thread that is on StockTwits. Now, that's not generally the best place to go for your information, but it's in regards to this man here, Dave Davies, or Davis. Sorry, Dave, I don't know which one. And it's a LinkedIn post from him, okay? Excited to be a part of the next generation of postal trucks. All 180,000 of them. Now, we're going to get back into that in just a moment. The Oshkosh CEO is to retire in 2021. The Ford CEO just retired earlier on this year. Not that it's the biggest thing in the world, but we will touch on this a little bit. Goldman Sachs went ahead and now they own about 900,000 shares of Workhorse. And there has been an absolutely disgusting, and I mean disgusting, amount of institutional buying in Workhorse lately. Look at this. Look at this. Lord, oh my goodness. 319 institutional owners that have a total of over 50 million shares, baby. So my friends, right before we get into the video, can I please ask you to hit that juicy like button? Drop me a comment down below, let me know, how do you feel about Workhorse right now? Obviously we've been on a nice run lately. And please, my friend, if you're new around here, hit that juicy subscribe button. Stop playing yourself. Join the family of investors. If you are interested, please hit that first link in the description, baby. You will get full access to my private Discord group. You will get Trent, the chart master, as he is so eloquently known. He updates us every single day on Workhorse, Lordstown Motors, and pretty much whatever other stocks we want. Trent, I feel like I should be paying you. You also get my buy and sell alerts. It's an awesome community, my friends. And one last thing, if you want 4 free stonks, yes, 4 free stonks, valued up to $1,600, hit the second link in the description, sign up to Webull and deposit $100. It's that easy. You get 4 free stonks, you get free money. Now, where should we start today's video off? I mean, let's get this part out of the way first. This is what you guys are probably most interested in. So a user on StockTwits, KMarie77. I found this very interesting post on LinkedIn. The poster has only ever shared Workhorse and Lordstown Motors articles, no info on Ford, Oshkosh or Carson. She asked him a few questions about his work on the NGDV. He was tight-lipped, but he didn't correct her when she asked specifically about Workhorse. Now keep in mind, he also hashtagged NGDV, Clickbond, Rivet Nut and Honeycomb. That's important to remember. She essentially asked, I'm curious if you know when production will begin with the Workhorse USPS trucks. She's going all in, baby. Dave replied, we're working with multiple tier suppliers. We have made the final design for both. I can't go into details because of the non-disclosure agreements. Now right off the bat, guys, I don't really know if we can believe what we're reading here. This is people who more than likely have a lot of money invested in Workhorse trying to find an excuse that we have the contract. And you know, this is literally some random guy on LinkedIn. Now remember, he used hashtag Honeycomb. Workhorse uses Honeycomb core sandwich panels. Now he says, excited to be a part of the next generation of postal trucks, all 180,000 of them. Now look guys, I love Workhorse as much as the next guy. You guys know that. I love them. I don't really think we're getting all of the contract. I mean, let's be realistic here, my friends. If we do, that would be absolutely insane. It would be truly awesome. But I mean, what's the odds of it really happening? So look, it's nothing big, but I did feel the need to address it because again, when things get emailed to me, usually people want a video on them. I'm not taking it very seriously. It hasn't changed my outlook on Workhorse whatsoever, but yeah, right. So that's going to be enough of, you know, putting our tinfoil hats on and speculating. Let's get into some real news. So Oshkosh, okay, the CEO to retire in 2021. I would like you to remember, guys, okay, the Ford CEO and President Jim Hackett unexpectedly retired. And this is over and done with. That was as of October 1st. We got the news August 4th. So Ford and Oshkosh both had CEOs retire right before the contract's announced. I also find it quite odd, okay? So the current CEO is with Oshkosh for 15 years and he served as CEO for 5 years. So the new CEO, John, has been with Oshkosh since 2019. Only a year. I mean, Jones was there for 10 years before he got CEO. Now, again, I don't know enough about this man. I haven't looked into him. He could be an absolutely fantastic CEO, and I'm sure he is, or else they wouldn't have picked him. It's just something I noticed when reading this. I thought it was quite odd. But again, I do, in general, think it's quite odd for a CEO resigning just before an absolutely, potentially massive contract is to be announced. Now, let's keep in mind, Oshkosh is a much bigger company than Workhorse right now. And at the end of the day, CEOs do retire, CEOs do leave companies. it's just very much coincidental that this is happening, and it happened with Ford right before the contract announcement. I mean, what are the odds of that actually happening? Now, what I will say is I don't think this makes Oshkosh or Ford any less entitled to their portion of the contract, and pretty much it is already decided. It's just odd. I just wanted to point it out to you guys. Something I really want to speak about, guys, is the institutional ownership. Oh my goodness. So latest disclosed ownership. Oh my goodness. 900,000 shares, my friends. Beautiful. I would also like to point out they do have a put option on Workhorse. Now I'm going to show you some more institutions who have been buying that I think are of interest, and a lot of them will do this to hedge their bets. But to see Goldman Sachs buying this heavily, I mean, look at the position they had before. Pretty much nothing. Very, very exciting in my personal opinion. And I know everybody's going to know what ARK is doing. They've been buying, guys. They're up to nearly 1.1 million shares now. They have literally been buying this company every single day. It now holds a 2.55% stake in the portfolio. For a considerable period of time, people assumed that they wanted to keep Workhorse between 2 and 2.05%. Doesn't appear to be that way, guys. And if they keep buying at this rate, it's going to be 3%. And if Workhorse keeps climbing up in value, it's going to be one of their top 10 positions very shortly, guys. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen overnight, but it could well happen over the next couple of weeks or even the next month or two. But that's the update on ARK. You know, yeah, they're still buying every day. We love to see it, blah, blah, blah. But there's more than just ARK out there. So in general, very easy to see. Institutions have been getting more and more bullish on this company every passing month. And just look at the institutional ownership change as of right now. Insane. I mean, we have institutions buying these guys every single day in massive amounts. 300,000 shares, 100,000 shares, 900,000 shares. Gladstone is buying in. Royal Bank of Canada getting a position. Northern Trust Corp with over 1 million shares. Vanguard Group, my friends, 4.2 million shares. Seaport, okay, somebody a lot of you guys will be aware of, nearly 4 million shares as well. TD Capital Management, Charles Schwab, there's Goldman Sachs put. But it's crazy. So many huge orders have been put in for Workhorse as of late. Guys, this is from the 13th of November up until present day. This isn't a particularly large span of time. Look at all of the buying. Now, of course, there's some selling in there, but look, it's very, very few and far between. In general, institutions know things that we don't, okay? It's not the way it should be. They shouldn't know these things before we do. But at the end of the day, guys, they're powerful. They do. So for me, as you know, a small guy, as a little retail investor playing with thousands, I love to see this. I love to see the big money on my team. I love to see the big money loading into this company at prices above where I bought them. It bodes well. Well, I mean, just look at some of the big names in here. Marathon Asset Management as well with their 11 million. AMP with their 12 million. It's awesome. So all in all, seeing these big institutions buying more and more is very exciting. Seeing Goldman Sachs buy a whole lot more is very exciting. Seeing Jim Cramer saying he's not going to fight us anymore. He said the words, buy Workhorse.
Buy Workhorse. All right, there, I said it.
Very exciting. He did still call it a show horse, but you know, that's Jim Cramer. He is able to move the markets though. There's no two ways about it. So I would rather him saying to buy it than to sell it. Now let's speak price action, okay? Because it's been quite interesting. So I'm actually on a smaller time frame than I usually are, okay? Normally, when I'm looking at the charts, we're looking on the 4-hour candles. And you can see my 4-hour candles in general have been bouncing right off the top of the trend line that I had drawn out, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago probably. If I bring you down to a smaller time frame, okay, the 15-minute chart, we broke out here and we went up very, very quickly, okay, and then we came down and just barely touched off of my trend line yet again. I'm glad to see that Workhorse, they're trying to respect the trend, but there's too much buying power. I imagine this is largely due to all of the institutions buying in absolutely massively. Now you guys may well remember, it was probably less than a week ago I said, if we can break through 23, the next area I'm looking towards is around 26, because look, we have a little down gap here, and down gaps actually get filled more often than up gaps, because in general, stocks go up. So we did go through 23. We went through with a decent bit of momentum, but it was nothing insane. You'll see the first time we broke through, we tried to make a push, we came back down, okay? We dipped right back to the trend line, we tried to push through again, and we slowly but surely came back down. So I'm going to be honest and say that I don't think 26 is going to be hit at the snap of a fingers right now. And I am absolutely fine with that. I would much rather see relatively healthy price action like this. I would much rather like to see some slow and steady upwards movement, a few downwards movements here, some sideways here, as long as the overall trend stays like this and we keep slowly but surely going up. I'm in no rush here, guys. I don't care if it takes another week or two for us to hit 24 or even 25. I know most people want the really fast gains, but let's be honest guys, Workhorse has so many catalysts coming up. I would much rather just see healthy price action right now and let the catalysts make the big moves happen. Let the USPS contract make the big moves happen. Let our production numbers going up the first quarter of next year let the big moves happen. Let the real news make the big news happen. And for now, let's just, let's just go slow and steady, guys. There's no need to be going crazy out here. So, of course, I do like what I've been seeing, okay? But there has been a whole lot more buying pressure than selling pressure. A lot of these big institutions are hedging their common shares with puts. So I definitely do think there's some potential for us to come back down into this range here. Now, this range is getting nicer and nicer by the day. I mean, our new support could be looking somewhere around 21 or so for it to respect these trend lines. And ultimately, we turn this resistance into support at 1924-ish. So as long as we can stay above here, I'm going to be happy. Now, I know as of right now, that still represents, what, 15-ish% downside? I'm fine with that, guys. I really am. Of course, best case scenario, we just trade sideways, go up a little bit each day, slowly but surely push towards that 26, hopefully make a new support, have some sideways trading, and then shoot up to all-time highs. But I'm fine if we just chill out a little bit. That's all I'm trying to say. But anyway, my friends, that is the juicy Friday Workhorse video. Somehow, there is always news to cover with this company. It's insane. Obviously, very happy with how we've been performing lately. I mean, look, since the end of October, we've been going up and up. Since we recently hit 15 again, we're all the way back up to about 23. It's been excellent. And here's hoping that we can keep it up. But in my opinion, the only way we're going to keep it up is if it slows down a bit and if it turns into this nice steady growth. More like this, more sideways action, some buyers and some sellers. Not as much of this. If you enjoyed today's video, if you watched all the way until the end, you, my friend, are a true legend, and I would appreciate if in return you would hit that juicy like button. Drop me a comment down below, let me know what you think right now, and please, if you are indeed new around here, hit that juicy red subscribe button. You playing yourself if you don't. If you want to join my private community of over 400 investors, get access to over 40 private channels, my buy and sell alerts, all of the juiciest stock market information, hit that first link in the description, my friend. And if you want 4 free stonks, hit the second link in the description. Just deposit $100, get 4 free stonks. Easy money. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, my friends. I will see you for another video very soon. Peace.